I'm gonna react to Asmongold reacting to Coffeezilla's Logan Paul's scam. Is it?
Of course it's not.
Why does it keep doing that?
Of course it's not over.
6 months ago, I investigated CryptoZoo, a scam created by Logan Paul and a team of criminals. Oh, and a dude named Jeff, which ultimately resulted in millions of dollars being stolen from fans. I was threatened with a lawsuit for exposing it, but ultimately, Logan Paul decided to thank me instead for his public undressing and announced a $1.8 million refund to the victims. Now, I thought that was a great ending to the story.
Well, yeah, and that's what everybody else thought too.
But I also said this: I'll follow up in the future to make sure that he actually gives that money away. And that's why we're here today. It's been about 6 months, right? 6 months. So
yeah, that's about right.
Here's a follow-up. Logan Paul has not paid back his victims. He hasn't talked about it since he first announced he was going to pay them back. And what's worst of all, he doesn't seem to have a plan in place to refund anyone.
Of course not.
How do I know that? Well, because I've been asking Logan for that plan to refund people the entire time behind the scenes.
Let's see
messages like these. Quote, "Hey Logan, following up on the zoo refunds, when should people expect those?"
That was in February.
About a month. And then a month later, following up again. People are wondering what's going on. Almost been 2 months. Very frustrating for victims to get
obviously
promises
they're not going to get the money.
Nothing and
Does anybody really think that anybody's going to get any money out of Logan Paul?
Seriously.
I mean, come on, guys. I don't think it's going to happen, bro. I really don't.
Yeah.
Communication.
Unless he's
the money
forced
got
to.
pledged.
And then later, hey Logan, following up for a third time, it's been over 5 months since you promised to refund the victims of CryptoZoo over $3 million. I meant to
well, it was 1.8, right?
say $1.8 million there. The price of crypto changed a lot, so what this buyback was going to be was constantly changing. I just misspoke there. Either way, my point was this, quote, "You haven't contacted any of them, nor explained why you haven't done what you said you'd do.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got public credit for promising to do this."
So then it's done. The goal has already been achieved. He's already gotten the public credit. He's already gotten everything. And so the problem is solved. There you go.
Yep.
And all of this,
I agree.
Logan didn't respond to, which is odd since he was such a fan of me reaching out to him personally. You know, instead of making things public.
Maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me personally, not my manager, Jeff, who is not me, Steven.
Well, I did reach out to you, and I got no response.
Yeah,
in fact,
what a
the
surprise.
only response I got came on my 4th attempt to reach Logan, but this one came from his criminal defense lawyers. A guy named Jeffrey Neiman emailed me after my 4th attempt saying,
good.
"See inserted on behalf
When you have
of
to
Logan
get your
Paul."
criminal.
To be honest, I had no idea.
Wait.
See inserted on behalf of Logal Paul. Now, to be honest, I had no idea who Logal Paul was until I researched the lawyer and learned that he, quote, regularly defends individuals and corporations in white-collar criminal litigations.
Smart pick.
And that's when I realized, oh, that Logal Paul. Why didn't you just say you defended alleged white-collar criminals?
Yeah.
Would have saved me a Google search. So I opened up the letter and it read, "We represent Logan Paul. Mr. Paul has informed us of your outreach about the status of the CryptoZoo buybacks. Mr. Paul remains committed to this process. We are working with Mr. Paul to evaluate the best way to achieve this goal. In the meantime, please direct to our attention any further inquiries to Mr. Paul. Thank you for your patience."
Oh my God, it's just so fucking funny. Oh my God. It's like, yeah, guys, it's coming, okay? It's coming in 2 weeks. You're going to get your money back, all right?
Understanding. Now, that might seem like a good...
But something happened. And it's going to be 2 more weeks. Oh, wait. Could be a month. Give me 6 more months.
Good step in the right direction.
Yeah, it is.
At least we got a response on behalf of Logal. But when I read their response carefully, I realized things were actually worse than I thought.
Really?
Because 2 things are absent from this statement. 1, a timeline for refunds, and 2, a plan for refunds.
That's intentional. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. Yeah, this was by design. And there is a timeline. He said soon. So it's got to be soon, right? So the plan is to
Soon
do it
means,
soon.
like,
I mean, I feel like
soon.
it's there. You go.
Not later.
You have this abominable statement which says, we are working with Mr. Paul to evaluate the best way to achieve this goal.
Sure.
So you're still at the whiteboard then. Guys, this is a statement you say when you have no
He's still at the store. He don't even got the whiteboard yet.
plan, or you're stalling, right? You say, we're evaluating the best options. I mean, that's where Logan was back in January. He was evaluating. Am I supposed to believe 6 months later, you guys haven't figured this out? You've gathered all the boys in the office, brainstorming every single day. How do we refund people? And you don't know? I mean, listen, he had more of a plan, Logan did, back in January. I'm not even sure what there is to even still figure out because...
Well, what do you mean you don't know what there is to figure out? The biggest thing is left to figure out. How do we get out of paying $2 million? And that's the thing they're still trying to figure out. And as soon as they figure out how to avoid paying the money, then it will be over.
Way back.
And it's ridiculous because I bet Logan Paul is going to end up spending way more than that on lawyers. Like, just pay the money. I don't get it. He's got it. Even if he doesn't have it on hand, he can get it. Like, do a live stream. Raise that money. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do all of it. You can get a pretty big chunk. At least something gets...
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
January 16th, he said, I've committed more than 1.8 million for those who do not want to wait for CryptoZoo to be completed. Players will be able to burn their base eggs and base animals for their mint price. I mean, there it is. That's the plan. Pay a blockchain dev to code that up and pay the victims their money. That's it. But we see absolutely no sign of that. And it's not for a lack of Logan having the cash. He's on a world tour for Prime right now, bragging about how much money his drink company is making.
It's crazy.
January of this year, we did 45 million.
Oh, only in January?
That's incredible.
Wow.
They could have just done 43 million and gave, I don't know, 2 million away to the people that deserve their money back.
45 million is a good month.
It's a lot of fucking money.
January happens to be the same month Logan promised those CryptoZoo refunds. So there's no good explanation for why Logan hasn't refunded his victims yet, because he had a plan back in January.
Prime is asked, I need to drink Prime and just see if it's any good or not.
It's not.
Had the money. But there's even less of a good explanation for why he hasn't explained himself for the delay to either me privately or to the victims publicly. Who
Any
are just
updates? When refund? I don't want communicate. I just want communication on refund. I no longer want to be part of this scam. Yo, give me my goddamn refund. We want a refund. Refunda. Oh, man. Isn't it funny to go back and look at this shit? Like, now it's 2023. It's like halfway to 2024. And people, like, isn't it like it was a fucking fever dream that these dumb fucks actually thought that they were gonna buy pictures of eggs on the internet and become rich? Like, how the fuck did people imagine this was gonna work? Like, how are people so fucking stupid? I couldn't believe it when it was happening. And there's still some of them that are like this.
Waiting around for months with no word about the status of their promised
It
refund.
just keeps going.
Now, eventually, I do believe Logan will address this. I think he has to. And when he does, I think he'll probably point to a lawsuit that he's in for the reason he couldn't.
Yeah, he can't talk about it. He can't do it. And, like, that's going to be the last time you ever hear of it.
He had to be silent. Only he's tried this before, and it didn't make a lot of sense then either.
I had to rely on my team. I crumbled internally, and the advice was, while actual legal process was going on because of criminal investigation taking place that Coffeezilla highlighted in his series, I had to stay silent. And for a year, I'm hounding Jeff. Hounding Jeff. How do we make this right?
All right, let's get this straight. Logan was dying to make CryptoZoo right the first time, but was legally required to be silent until a YouTuber talked about it?
Something is pushing me into the area where I just don't believe him.
Because it was like got a lot of views, so like
And that's why I don't believe him.
Magically unseal his lips when my video dropped? I'm confused.
That's right.
He's not prevented from explaining himself, and he's certainly not legally prevented from giving people their money back. Even if you want to argue the point that maybe Logan might look more guilty if he promises to pay victims, well, sure, but he already did that, though.
Well, here's what happens, right? Is that this drama has already happened. It's already trended on Twitter, and the second time that some of these things come around, people just don't give a shit as much anymore. Yeah, this is old news. Anybody who actually expected, like Logan Paul, you got to keep in mind, Logan Paul played World of Warcraft and Burning Crusade. There's no way that you played WoW back then and you didn't know about scamming people and the different bullshit that can happen on the internet. So you have to contextualize it around that. Oh, wow. Some guy that's been doing this shit for 15 years, of course he's gonna fucking... Nobody's getting their fucking money back. This is just how it is.
He said he felt so bad that he was going to refund $1.8 million to the affected people who invested. But actually delivering that promise doesn't add any layer of admission to that guilt. He already said he was responsible. At this point, refunding people is just doing what he said he was going to do from the beginning.
Yeah.
No, I think the real reason Logan hasn't paid, if I had to guess, is just because either he does not want to pay, he cannot be bothered to pay on time, or he's just stalling. All of which are unacceptable. Because let me remind you...
I think it's just he doesn't want to give them the money. Because, like, there are two worlds that you can live in. There's the world where you have $2 million, and the world you don't have $2 million. So, I mean, I feel like it's a pretty easy decision, right? I mean, shit.
...of his promise. Quote, I have committed more than $1.8 million for those who do not want to wait for CryptoZoo to be completed. That is what he said, and the people are tired of waiting, including me. After months of trying to work behind the scenes and ask questions behind the scenes privately to him, I'm just out of ideas, and I'm stuck trying to speak to Logan in the only language I believe he understands.
Videos.
Self-interest. Logan, if I could speak to you for a second. Okay, bring in the camera. This isn't worth your time. Getting publicly flogged like this every 6 months? What, are we going to be doing this in a year? No.
I could see Logan Paul being able to, if Logan Paul manages to not pay this and he turns it into a meme, I will be genuinely fucking impressed. Because I feel like there's at least a 20% chance that's going to happen. That would be insane.
20?
It's
20%?
advertising for,
I think it's more than that.
100% chance? I think he'll pay. Might hurt Prime sales. You think 12-year-olds give a fuck about this? No, they don't give a fuck.
Okay? It's not worth your time. It's barely worth my time. Just please pay the people back what you owe. Give them a real timeline, a real plan, and then we can all go back to pretending you've changed.
Okay, that was good.
Yep.
All right. Oh, what a good video.
Yeah, I love that ending. That was a great ending.
Oh, fuck the haters, love all my fans. Yeah, it's just like the CryptoZoo saga was one of my favorite times on the internet, man. In a world where you have $2 million and you did nothing wrong, or another one where you're minus $2 million and you're recognized as a scammer. Yeah, and I think Logan Paul, the thing is that Logan Paul will come out and he will say that he can't do anything because there's a legal dispute going on. And then most people understand that you can't do stuff during legal proceedings. And Coffeezilla will probably make a video exposing why that's not true, but a lot of people won't see that. So then people will be like, okay, well, you know, and then eventually the case will end. And then Coffeezilla will make another video and be like, okay, so now you're going to give the money back. And then by that time, it's like, this is like 2 years later, right? People don't even know what CryptoZoo was anymore. Like Logan Paul fucking... This dude is down the road. This is like, that was another, like, he's gonna be like this. He's gonna be like, listen, I was in a different place in my life back then. And I'm a different person now.
Every time.
And I've grown and I've changed. And I just want to put all that behind me and I don't want to think about it anymore. Be fucking followed with this negativity. And so, like, let's just move on. Like, and that's what he's gonna do. And I can't
somebody's gonna make a video in the future. They're gonna get Logan Paul saying that exactly, and then they're gonna get this video of Asmongold. Calling it now.
Not fucking wait, because it is so insane to me, because people get so pissed off about this shit, right? Like, look at fucking guys Poseidon. Look at all these other people that are doing these scams for crypto, and nothing ever fucking happened to them. And I don't think it probably ever will. Nothing's ever gonna happen to these guys. And everybody gets pissed off about this, and it's like, I get that you're pissed off, and it shouldn't be that way, but it is. And you gotta watch out for yourself.
Yep.
Because God knows.
That's why I don't invest in things that other people tell me to invest in.
Video again. Make sure to give it a like. He's a legend. He's trying to do a good thing, man. He is. It's just it sucks. Logan Paul's worth $250 million. Why would he scam people out of $2 million? Why would he, like, he's at $250 million. Why would he want to lose that just for some fucking crypto bullshit? And also keep in mind that, like, Prime making $45 million does not, like, this is this revenue or is this profit? And on top of that, he's probably not the only person that owns Prime. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that you can say that, you know, might not necessarily make the most sense. So he probably doesn't have $250 million. I mean, I bet he's got a lot of money, but that's probably not it. He blocked Coffeezilla on Twitter. That's smart, because that way he can't message you anymore. And just like, say you just tell people to, like, oh, I blocked him because his fans were harassing me. Logan Paul is really the type of dude to thank you whenever you expose his scam, and then block you whenever you remind him to pay up.
Asmongold knows what's up.
Yeah,
I didn't even have to say
pretty
nothing.
much. I cannot wait for him to do that. Like, Logan Paul just to completely be like, yeah, that was a different point in my life.
The days.
I was in a bad place. I just want to move past this. God, it's gonna be so fucking nuts, man.
I can't wait for the memes.